Right, so this is Pools Cavern in Buxton in Derbyshire, and I went here about a week ago, and I haven't been there since I was a kid, so I thought it would be interesting to pop back and have a look at the place, see what it's like. There is, as you go in, there's like a little gift shop and kind of a cafe restauranty area where you can sit down and have a coffee. I just went for the tour in the cave, and so that's pretty much what the video's about, really. So it cost me 11 quid to go in for the tour, which I think is pretty reasonable. Back in the day I would have probably drunk 11 quid in less than an hour, so yeah, it seems like a fair price really for a guided tour. So yeah, the purple tour is called, and then you go through the waiting area. The waiting area, by the way, is a fully documented little information centre with loads of stuff about the history of the cave and all the rest of it. Yeah, it's quite interesting. Didn't read too much of that. It's more for just keeping kids busy, I think. Give them something to look at and keep them quiet for a bit while they're waiting. Stop them moaning. So yeah, that seems to work pretty well. And there is seating as well. There's plenty of room for like pushchairs and wheelchairs and that in that area. And yeah, it all seems pretty good. It's legit, straight up, well organised. The guy did point out that you're not really allowed to video the entire tour. So I took that to mean that, you know, you're not allowed to record the entire presentation, because then you would have their full product. So this is not that, so I was careful not to do that. Must point that out. Yeah, it looks like you would expect a cave to look like, pretty much. Yeah, stuff on the ceiling and that, but it's lit. The walkway is paved, and there's proper steps up and down and handrails and that, so it's completely safe. I would say that if you have a pushchair or a wheelchair, you are unlikely to access all of the areas of the cave. I don't know if they do have any special arrangements for that, but so right at the back of the cave there's some steeper areas where the stairs are a bit more gnarly than in other areas, so there's probably bits that you could get to for wheelchair users and bits that you probably couldn't get to, as you would expect. It's not difficult underfoot. It's a little bit damp, so you know, wearing your flat-soled shoes probably isn't a good idea. You need some sort of footwear with a bit of a grip on it, and it's quite cool in there. The temperature doesn't really change all year round. Yeah, so the tour guide just takes you around, and he tells you like a bit about the history of the place, and you know, where they found skulls. I mean, to my mind, they're missing a trick there, because I'd be telling kids all sorts. I'd be telling them that, you know, those stalagmites on the floor are really calcified dinosaur eggs, or you know, dragon eggs, and this is where thousands of years of dragon oppression was born. But you could make it more interesting than what they make it. They're just telling you about what different things are called, and you know, what local crappy names they gave to different stalactites and stuff, like the bacon strip. I mean, the bacon strip, I don't know. This is a bit weird, this blue bit. I've no idea why they've lit the part of the cave in like a UV light. I mean, the only time I've come into contact with UV lights have been in some fairly dismal nightclubs. The part where you have to duck down a bit is just only on the entrance. So if you're 6'2" like me, it's the entrance. You just have to mind your head. The river runs through it. That's the start of the River Wye. That's the only thing I remembered on the whole tour. That is the start of the River Wye. I could even be mistaken, couldn't I? But yeah, so this seems to me like a good activity to do if you've got quite young kids and the weather is inclement and you can't really go for a country walk. They say that the tour takes about 45 to 50 minutes, and I'm pretty sure we were only in there for like just shy of half an hour. So it's not going to kill a massive amount of time. Will it spark wonder in the mind of a child? I don't know. Depends on the kids, I suppose, doesn't it? But yeah, they seemed pretty into it, the kids that were in there. There's this one bit where you can see in the video where there's like a stalagmite on the floor, and because it's no longer a functioning, growing piece of the cave furniture, you're allowed to touch it. It's there, you can sort of, it's just a kind of thing for kids to have a look at, and they can touch it and see what a stalagmite feels like. And that's it. And then you walk back out via the same route, and you back out into the kind of courtyard area. And there's there's a mock-up like deer or something like that. Or oh no, it's a stag. It's a mock-up stag, and you can have a go on it, I think, if you're little enough to be lifted up onto it. So yeah, when you come out, you kind of re-enter the building, and you're straight into the cafe area for further refreshments. And then, of course, in order to exit the building, you have to go through the gift shop area, which has many fine accoutrements to dazzle you with, like, stones and that. But yeah, it's all right. I would recommend Pools Cavern to somebody with young kids and they want to entertain them for a bit. But yeah, that's Pools Cavern in Buxton, Derbyshire. And yeah, hope you enjoyed that and that's useful to some people.